Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Connetics College Facebook Live session. This is Irvinil A. Temporal of 9.09er English, and with me is our lecturer, Sir Brian Martin Shawson, who passed not just the Ielts but also PTE. So when Brian took the examination, he got 9 in listening, 9 in reading, 9 in writing, 9 in speaking, and 9 overall band score. Obviously, you already know that starting August 1, PTE will also be accepted apart from IELTS. That is why I'd like to share with you that Sir Brian Martin Shawson also took PTE and got perfect 90 over 90 in all components. For tonight, what is the assigned topic to 9.09er? It's IELTS Writing Task 1. But what exactly are we going to do for tonight? Sir Brian will come up with a writing task 1 on the spot. You heard me right, it's on the spot. We already did this a month ago, but that's writing task 2 essay writing. But for tonight, it's writing task 1 academic statistical report. Before we proceed to the actual writing task 1, we'd like to remind you that we'll be identifying 3 lucky winners for tonight. So what are the prizes in store for our active live viewers? Number 1, free online review, unlimited for life. So this means to say no expiration whatsoever. It's inclusive of live lectures, one-on-one coaching, plus practice tests. Apart from that, we'll also be identifying a lucky winner who gets to have free one-on-one coaching with either me, Sir Irvin, or Sir Brian. You can pick any of the following. It could be one-on-one, for IELTS, OET, or PTE. At the same time, we'll also be sending a free book to one of the lucky winners. It could be any of the following. So here, it's our IELTS Band 7 Speaking Guide. You can also have this, Grammar Essentials. By the way, we also have books for OET. This one is our OET Speaking Guide. This one is our OET writing guide. The truth of the matter is we already have 12 books available on Shopee Philippines, and 6 of them are already available on Amazon for delivery to 6 continents worldwide. So before we ask Sir Brian to come up with a writing task 1 on the spot, we're also going to give you a sneak peek of our Platinum Review dashboard that we are going to launch on August 5. So, Sir Brian, would you like to please greet our live viewers first? Sir Brian, are you there? I'm not sure if we have some technical problems that while waiting for Sir Brian, we'd like to remind everyone that if you wish to apply, Connetics has a lot of opportunities for you to work as a registered nurse in the United States of America. All you have to do is to click CUSA, that's C for Connetics, CUSA dot link / niner. All you have to do is to provide your details, like your full name, your email address, and then after that, a representative from Connetics will coordinate with you. So don't forget to click that link. That's CUSA dot link / niner. So while waiting for Sir Brian to come back, let's take a look at the comments here on our Facebook live session. And so far, we have 121 live viewers. Keep tagging your friends, start tagging your friends, because like what I've said, we'll be identifying winners for tonight. Remember, we'll pick the 3 lucky winners from our active participants on our Facebook live session. Now, we have Eileen Carolino joining from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. What about the others? Kindly indicate where you are at right now so that we can properly greet you here on our Facebook live session of Connetics College. We also have Jude Vertodazo from Cagayan de Oro, Philippines. Miss Tanya just greeted us. Hi, Miss Tanya. We'll see you tomorrow. We already said yes to Miss Sydney that we're going to finally meet you tomorrow here in the Philippines. By the way, if you are in Metro Manila or Metro Cebu, Connetics will be conducting live orientation face-to-face. So it's not every day that you get to meet the representatives of Connetics here in the Philippines. So don't forget to maximize that golden opportunity. Thank you, Josephine Cabrera Dailisan, for tagging Kath Sue. Norman Fortaleza, good evening to all. Good evening to you too. Carmela Baay is watching from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Leonel of Libya just tagged his friend Eli Domingo. Anne de la Cruz said hi, and here we are saying hello. Heidi Khalil Panganiban is watching all the way from Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Okay, thank you once again, Heidi Khalil Panganiban, for tagging 5 of your friends. Remember, you get to be one of our lucky winners if you keep on tagging your friends and continue to participate in tonight's Facebook Live session. Who else do we have here? Okay, D Bagoyo just tagged her friend. In the same way, Carmela Baay also did that. Janine Morales is joining from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Good afternoon to you over there in the Middle East. Beng De Jesus, one of my very first reviewees in Ielts way back in 2006, is also watching us for tonight. Now we have 159 live viewers, so keep tagging on friends so that they won't miss the most important part of this Facebook live session, which is the on-the-spot writing. Okay, Eileen Carolino also joined us. And then Evelyn Irasusta is excited for this session. Thank you, Josephine Cabrera Dailisan, for tagging your friends. Lita Magno Villora is watching from Cainta Rizal. Jerwin Cedilio Katubig is watching from Negros. Thank you, Mark Clovis, for tagging Tanya Vien Morden. Jules April Royce for tagging Joy Lynn Reyes. Thank you so much. Oh, we also have a viewer from Canada. It's Abby Demissy, if I'm not mistaken. We also have another one. Eleni Zedlav Mayor is watching from Saipan. So far, we are well represented for tonight. We have live viewers from Asia, from Africa, and from North America. Do we have anyone here from Europe or the Pacific or South America? Please let us know so that we can properly greet you for tonight's Facebook Live session. We also have live viewers from Naga, Bicol, UAE, Kuwait, Rizal, Manila, Valenzuela. There you go. So now that Sir Brian is back, Sir Brian, would you like to greet our live viewers before we proceed to our Platinum Review Dashboard sneak peek? Sir Brian?
Hi, good evening, everyone. And yeah, good evening from the Philippines. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to teach you how to write for writing task one. And if you're interested to know how to lay out your writing task one reports, then I think this is the perfect session for you. And yeah, we have something in store for you. We have prizes. So do watch till the end and tag a lot of your friends. And also, I would like to introduce to you guys our new Platinum dashboard at 9.09 or English. Sir, shall we go and start sharing with them what we can offer in the
Yes,
new
please.
Platinum dashboard? Okay, so guys, we have a new site and it's called ninerenglish.com. Let me go ahead and share with you this one. This is not yet live, but we are going to release this very soon, probably by the first couple of weeks of um, August, perhaps. And we're going to be releasing this one by around the first couple of weeks. And you will be able to see a lot of um, you know uh, content from our new dashboard. Let me just go ahead and share my screen so that you could see what we have in store for you. Okay, so just a moment. All right, so I'm sorry. Yeah, so let me share my screen, share my window. All right, there we go. Mm-hmm. It's not sharing. I would probably need to rejoin, sir. So I'm sorry. It's not sharing. So I will probably need to rejoin the meeting so that I can start sharing. So I'll be right back in the jiffy. Just give me 1 minute. I'll be back. Thank you.
Okay, no problem with that. So meanwhile, while Sir Brian will attempt to rejoin in order for him to share his screen, let's initially talk about the writing subtest. So ladies and gentlemen, writing is the third subtest in the written exams. It's always listening, which comes first, followed by reading, and then writing. Writing is further subdivided into two. Task 1 is different for the academic and general training candidates, while writing Task 2 is exactly the same for all IELTS examinees worldwide. This is why you've noticed that we did writing Task 2 a month ago, and for tonight, we're going to do writing Task 1 academic. Before I proceed, I'd like to ask our live viewers, if you are a nurse planning to work in the United States of America, which IELTS module are you supposed to say? Is it the academic or is it GT? All you have to do is to use the comment section of our Facebook Live session. Remember, if you are participative, obviously, we're going to consider you as one of the 3 lucky winners for tonight. Who knows? You might win an online review package, unlimited for life, meaning to say no expiration. Number 2, you get to have one-on-one coaching with me or Sir Brian. At the same time, you get to have a chance to win a free book. By the way, these books are already available on Shopee Philippines and Amazon worldwide. So, thank you, Jude Vertodazo. Thank you, Lane Manalo, Carmela Baay, and Anne de la Cruz for responding that it's the academic module that you are supposed to take. So what is writing task 1 for the general training candidates? It's letter writing. But for the academic candidates, it's statistical writing. So in the actual examination, you'll be given a graph, a pie chart, a table, a map, or a diagram. And based on this, you're supposed to write at least 150 words. Now, kindly take note, that is the minimum, 150. Why? That is because you're going to get a deduction for your grade in the first criterion, which is task achievement, the moment you fail to reach the minimum number of words. That is why you have to do everything in your capacity to finish writing task 1 within the given time. Now that you know that the minimum for writing task 1 is 150 words, what about the maximum? If you look at Cambridge Books, Cambridge website, there is nothing that states that you are required to write this one as the maximum. No. But what you need to know is that there is what we call maximum time limit. So in the actual examination, the test supervisor is going to give you 1 hour to finish both task 1 and task 2. So it's not as if the test supervisor is going to collect your task 1 after 20 minutes or to collect your task 2 after 40 minutes. In fact, it's totally up to you if you'd like to spend 30 minutes for each. What's most important, both of them are completed in 1 hour. Now let's talk about their values. Task 1 is worth 33% of your grade. What about task 2? 66%. Having said that, which one do you think should the candidates prioritize or write first in the actual examination? Is it 1 or 2? All you have to do is to use the comment section of this Facebook Live session. Kindly type 1 or 2. Let me repeat my question. In the actual examination, which task are you supposed to write first? Is it task 1 or task 2? Knowing that the value of task 1 is 33% of your grade and task 2, 66% of your grade. So, thank you to our 167 live viewers for responding. Okay. Steph Carbonell said it's writing task 2. Same response from Anne de la Cruz, Haley Monderin, Di Bagoyo, Evelyn Irasusta, Maria Elena Sadoy, May Francisco, Maurice Revillas, Precious De La Rosa. Now, we'd like you to know that the moment you finish writing task 2, at least you don't have other concerns in mind. All you have to do is to devote your attention to writing task 1. But what if, God forbid, you're not able to finish task 1? Of course, expect a deduction for that. But kindly compare if you finish task 2 but you're not able to finish if you finish task 1 first and you're not able to finish task 2, that means to say that the deduction is twice as much. That is why, for everyone to know, start the actual examination with writing task 2. Later, Sir Brian and I are going to talk about the different kinds of writing task 1. So there's static, there's process, and later we're going to tell you between the two comes out in the examination more frequently. But before we go to that portion, Let's try now if Sir Brian can show you a sneak peek of our Platinum Review dashboard that we are going to launch on August 5, Friday. So, Sir Brian, please take it away.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir Irvin. Yeah, here is our new website. It's www.ninerenglish.com. I just need to sign in so that you can see what's inside. So we have a lot of new courses available inside the dashboard. We have the IELTS Platinum Package, the OET Platinum Package. We also have pronunciation and accent neutralization, vocabulary and spelling, and grammar all included in your Platinum dashboard. So let me just go ahead and quickly go to the IELTS Platinum Package so that you'll see what we have prepared for you. You just have to click Start Course and it loads right away. You will be able to see that we have come up with a lot of new videos for you to watch on the Platinum dashboard of 9.09er. So you can see here that we have new lectures, new courses available for you for IELTS listening, reading, writing, and speaking. We also have IELTS on computer comparisons right here. We have IELTS versus OET and IELTS versus PT as well. And what's very interesting is that we also have practice exams for listening and reading that are now computer delivered. So let me just give you a sneak peek of what you can see in our Platinum dashboard for IELTS listening practice. So this loads up, and you have to start the test and then input your name. So for example, my name is Brian and my email, um, because your results will be sent over to your email. You just click submit, you read all of the instructions, click continue, and the examination starts right away. So you will be able to listen to all of the recordings through the
You will have to respond to
oh, I'm sorry.
questions based.
So, while Sir Brian
So
is
there you
checking on his
go.
computer screen, okay, go ahead,
Yes,
Sir Brian.
actually, I'm, yeah. So this is actually how it works. So it loads.
Listening test. This test is published and recorded by 9.0 Niner English. This recording is copyright. You will have to respond to questions based on the recordings you will hear.
So there you go, guys. So all of the recordings are here are original. They're devised by 9.09er, and we have come up with the curriculum for this one. We have new lectures, higher quality audio, higher quality of video for you guys, all at 720p to 1080p resolution. So it's really very clear. So you'll get access to more than for IELTS 27 hours of videos and more than 100 lessons available inside your dashboard. So that's all brand new, and all of the content that we have here, even for reading, are original. They're not from any other source, so you can't find them anywhere but inside the Platinum dashboard of 9.09er English. Now, let me just go ahead and show you what our dashboard for OET looks like. So this one, oh, OET is going to be accepted already in the US by August 1. So you might be interested in taking the OET also. So we have videos available for OET. Recorded by 9.09er English. Our head lecturer for OET is Sir Philip Aitona, who got A in listening, A in reading, A in speaking, and B in writing. Almost perfect grades in all of the components of OET. We have listening lectures, reading lectures available, writing lectures, and here we also have sample letters that you can actually look into. Speaking lectures right here. We have sample role plays for you, just in case you want to hear sample role play for OET and know the performance level of someone who's going to get a good score in the test. Let me just very quickly show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. Just need to click next, and here's the role play card for nursing, and you will actually be able to hear something like this.
Doctor's clinic. You are in the clinic asking to see a doctor. For almost a month now, you have been experiencing severe headaches, accompanied by lightheadedness Guess I will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. But rest assured that the doctor will be available shortly. Would you mind telling me your name?
I'm Oscar Taylor.
Hi, Oscar. Let's see. What seems to be the concern?
That's the thing. I've been having severe headaches lately, and I don't understand why.
So, as you could probably hear, we specifically hired and employed a lot of voice actors for our sample listening and listening and speaking samples for the OET and the IELTS dashboard. So, you would be able to experience a totally different kind of take on the review program for IELTS and OET. This is like an upgraded version of the existing dashboard that we have, and all of the content is brand new 2022 edition, that's for certain. And in future editions we are going to update our platinum dashboard, right, Sir Irvin, every once in a while,
That's
so
right.
that you'll have more content available inside your dashboard and you don't have to pay anything. No additional costs for um, upgrading your dashboard to the most recent edition once you've purchased the platinum package. So there you go. And we have lessons for grammar as well. Let me just very quickly show you what it looks like. We have grammar lessons. We have, of course, the typical grammar rules: nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives,
to do.
articles,
So you have
adverbs,
definition,
prepositions,
what
and
a noun
sentences.
is, and we talk about the purposes. If we use nouns in our sentences,
This is recorded by our head lecturer for English proficiency, Sir Fritz. And if you haven't seen Sir Fritz before, this is the perfect opportunity for you to be able to see him live on video or recorded on video. And we have vocabulary and spelling as well. This one's interesting. We have a lot of different classes available for vocabulary and also for spelling, like the
and
commonly confused words. We have 6 versions. We have idiomatic expressions that you can use for your exams, especially for IELTS. We have root words and affixes. We have phrasal verbs and spelling errors all in here. And most interestingly, we have your pronunciation and accent neutralization classes, and we divided this according to accents. So if you want to neutralize your accent, then this is probably a very good course for you to take. We have vowel and consonant sounds. We have voiced and voiceless consonants. And we also have here accent neutralization for different nationalities, just in case you want to improve your accent, but you're finding it very difficult because you're not seeing some videos that are going to help you with your individual accents. Then we have different versions for you. And in the future, we'll have even more samples for speaking with people talking in different accents as well, like the neutral accent, and then we're going to have Asian accents, African accents, Indian accents, so that you'll be able to relate to the lectures that we're going to offer. So there's so much in store for you. I'm so excited to announce that by August you'll be able to start purchasing the platinum package for both IELTS and the OET here at 9.09er English.
Thank you, Sir Brian. So while Sir Brian is going to prepare his Microsoft Word screen for his on-the-spot writing task one, let me just mention and reiterate that for our online or our Platinum online review dashboard, yes, we have devised computer-delivered practice tests for both IELTS and OET. Not only that, everything is original and brand new. So like what Sir Brian mentioned, we hired voice-over actors for both listening and speaking. And this is the good part. For reading, there is rationalization of the answers, why the answer is like this and why it's not like that. Sometimes it's very difficult to look for an IELTS reading material that explains the answers. We also have vocabulary builder portion for our IELTS reading. For IELTS writing, we understand that not everyone has exactly the same requirement. Like those applying for a student visa only need 5.5 to 6. If ever you're applying for immigrant visa, usually 6.5 to 7, but there are those applying for a master's degree or PhD, or say for instance, physicians or speech therapists who need 7.5 to 8. For exactly the same question, we're going to provide you with 3 model essays with detailed correction and explanation why the grade is 5.5 to 6, 6.5 to 7, and 7.5 to 8. Not only that, for the speaking portion, it's going to feature more than 400 sample responses. Task 1, Task 2, Task 3 personal, Task 3 conceptual. And yes, with a sample delivery. How it's supposed to be delivered in the actual examination without sounding too nervous, too memorized, too scripted, and so on. So that's really something to look forward to on August 5. So now, we'll proceed to writing task 1. So ladies and gentlemen, static versus process. Because statics like pie chart, table, line graph, bar graph come out more often in the actual examination. People tend to disregard processes. So they don't practice for processes anymore, knowing that statics are more common. It's just that you'll never know if on the day of your examination, it's a flow chart, diagram, map, or illustration of something of how something works that's going to come out. What are you going to do? That's why Sir Brian for tonight will make an on-the-spot writing task 1 for a process. Sir Brian, what have you chosen? Is it a flow
It's
chart,
a
a
flow chart,
diagram?
sir.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
flow
flow
chart.
chart.
Okay. So now, Sir Brian, are you ready so that perhaps we can
Yes.
move on to the flow chart?
Yes, sir. I'm ready. So here you can see my Microsoft Word Office. And you could see here a chart that I've prepared for you. This is also, by the way, available on the Platinum dashboard. So anyway, I just plugged that in. All right, so here we have a writing task 1 sample, and it reads, the diagram shows how to apply for promotion in a large financial company. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. You know, guys, a lot of people disregard processes, and many people focus on line graphs or pie charts or bar graphs or tables. And when they go online as well and they try to research materials for IELTS, they usually get the same things over and over again. So it sometimes becomes very disadvantageous when you take the examination and you get the process because you just don't know how to deal with it. So in this lesson, we are going to talk about how you're going to be able to write for a process in the test. And it's not so difficult. It's just something that you need to probably practice and know by heart the proper strategies for, and you will be able to write something that is going to get you a very good score in a matter of, say, for example, 10 to 15 minutes. All right. So now let's look at this chart right here. Let me just zoom this in so you can see better. So here's how you're going to apply for promotion. So it means to say that in the large financial company where an employee is working for, there's a process that they need to follow to apply for promotion. So we have here the first stage, which is to fill out the online application form, then to attach their resume to the form, wait for HR to call them, then confirm the interview schedule. Then after that, attend the interview. It's a very straightforward process, as you can see. Wait for the email from HR for 5 working days. And there are 2 results here. It's either you pass as a promoted employee and you will have to undergo training, or otherwise you will flunk and you can reapply after 3 months. Okay, when it comes to the planning process, because you know that writing involves a lot of different stages. The first stage being the planning process. When it comes to planning, it's not so intensive. Unlike when you're dealing with a line graph or a bar chart or a pie chart, in which there's really a lot of planning involved. It's a very involved process when you're working on charts. For a flow chart like this, you just have to follow the series of events that happen, the sequence, and you will have to figure out what the starting point is and where it ends. Now, it's also very good if you have a process because you can actually already prepare what your overview will be. You know that the overview is actually very important in the test, and you can prepare that ahead of time for processes because there are only a few overviews that you can write for a process. For example, you can say that it's a step-by-step procedure, or you can say that it starts somewhere or ends somewhere. You can even count the number of stages that are involved, or else you can probably say that there are specific tools or equipment or utensils that are required to complete the process. In this case, this is a flow chart, so perhaps we can talk about the series of events and where it all starts and where it is going to end. So that's what we're going to write in our overview. And also remember, in IELTS it's very important that you paragraph effectively. So you should write effective paragraphs in the test. So if you just write all of these and chunk them together in one paragraph, that's not going to be very effective. So what you want to do is to split this into different paragraphs. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 stages perhaps. So I could probably put the first 4 in one paragraph and the rest of the stages in another paragraph, something like that. So I can cut it 1, 2, 3 right around here, confirm the interview schedule. I can cut it there, and then I can start another paragraph, starting from a 10th interview all the way to the end of the process. Okay, you don't need to make comparisons here, just like statics type of chart, because you do not have numbers to compare in the first place. You just have to explain the stages as they go, and you need to employ effective paragraphing and paraphrasing, which we are going to learn when you attend our lectures at 9.09er. Paraphrasing is using other words to mean the same things, because you don't want to copy exactly what's written in the task description. So I think I have said enough. It's time for us to get started with the process writing task. Okay, so this is your writing task 1 sample. And what we're going to do for the introduction is basically to just paraphrase the task description that we have here. Please take note of the time we started. It's 8:31. So let's start. The diagram shows, it says, right? So let's change diagram into illustration. Instead of saying shows, you can say something like presents. All right, or you can write presents. How to apply for promotion in a large financial company. You can probably say something like the application procedure or the promotion, right? Or how employees can apply for promotion. How employees can apply for promotion in a large financial company. Right. So that's pretty good. I can edit this later. Let's just go ahead and write the second sentence. You always want to write a couple of sentences for your intro. It provides information about different stages and outcomes involved in the process. There you go. We're done with your introduction already. We can write the overview. And as I've mentioned a while ago, we can actually say that there's a step-by-step procedure, that it starts somewhere or ends somewhere, or the outcomes. You can talk about them, or the tools if there are tools involved. So let's just write overall the application procedure for promotion in the company, all right? In the large financial company, or the company in question, actually. So in this company, this particular company involves a step-by-step process, right? Which starts with the employee. What is the first stage? Filling out. Okay, filling out an application, an online application form, and ends with 2 possible outcomes. Okay. It is also clear that once the employee gets promoted, or an employee gets promoted, or once employees get promoted in this establishment, they will have to undergo training, or to go through, right, training. Okay, so there you go. We're done with the overview. Now we're going to start with the first 4 stages in one paragraph. The first one is to fill the application form. So we will write the transitional device like initially. Employees need to apply by filling in an online application form and attaching their resume, right, to the form. To the form. So we can probably change this into a portal. Need to apply by filling in an online application portal or the online application portal of the company and attaching their resume to the form. After that, what comes after, we need to wait for HR to call us. Okay. After which, right, employees or candidates for promotion need to wait for HR to give them a call, okay, to schedule their interview. Okay, once the oh, there you go. We need to cut it right here. Confirm the schedule, right? Um, so we are going to move on to the next paragraph. Once the employees or applicants confirm the schedule, right? All they need to do is to attend their interview with HR. And what happens next? Wait for the email from HR within 5 working days. And wait at most, or wait up to 5 working days for them to receive an email from HR indicating whether they have passed or failed the interview. If they pass if they pass the promotion process or clear, I would probably say, so that we don't repeat the same words. Okay, clear the promotion process, or they're successful. Okay, they successfully clear the interview. They go. They need to. They get promoted first. Get promoted and need to undergo training. Otherwise, they can apply after 3 months. Okay, they can apply again after 3 months. Okay. Right. So this one's pretty long, so I'll probably need to edit this out. So it's 8:37. We just worked on this for 6 minutes. I'm just going to do a final editing before I give you the go signal to take pictures if you want, so that you can have a reference. So let's start reading. The illustration presents how employees can apply for promotion in a large financial company. Right. So let me see if I can change this up a bit more. Presents how employees in a large financial company. All right. So let me just change the position. In a large financial company, our employees working for a large financial company can apply for promotion. That looks better. So the illustration presents how employees working for a large financial company can apply for promotion. It provides information about the different stages and outcomes involved in the process. I forgot the preposition. I'm sorry. Overall, the application procedure for promotion in this particular company involves a step-by-step process, which starts with the employee filling out an online application form and ends with 2 possible outcomes. It is also clear that once employees get promoted, so this one is not correct. Once employees get promoted in this establishment, they will have to go through training. Okay, that's good. Initially, employees need to apply. So I need to change this into something like candidates need to apply by filling in the online application portal of the company and or accessing, maybe by accessing and out, filling in the online application portal of the company and attaching their resume to the form. After which, let's just change this into pronoun. For applicants. Okay. Or yeah, applicants, okay, for promotion need to wait for HR to give them a call to schedule their interview. Um, uh, to call to schedule their interview. So next, okay. Uh-huh. Once I need to change this. Once confirmed, all they need to do is to attend their interview with HR and wait up to 5 working days for them to receive an email. So I just need to remove HR here because it's repeated and wait up to, there's no comma there, up to 5 working days for them to receive an email from HR indicating whether they have passed or failed the interview. All right, that's good. Um, if they successfully clear the interview, they get promoted and need to undergo training. Otherwise, they can reapply or apply again right after 3 months. Okay, let me just do a final reading and also let me do a quick word count. This is actually 178 words, which is just perfect for your exam. Let's read from the top. The illustration presents how employees working for a large financial company can apply for promotion. It provides information about the different stages and outcomes involved in the process. Overall, the application procedure for promotion in this particular company involves a step-by-step process, which starts with the employee filling out an online application form and ends with 2 possible outcomes. It is also clear that once they get promoted, and then employees again. So once they get promoted, or once the applicants get promoted in this establishment, they will have to go through training. Initially, candidates need to apply by accessing and filling out the online application form of the company and attaching their resume to the site. After which, applicants for promotion need to wait for HR to give them a call to give them a call and schedule their interview. Once confirmed, all they need to do is to attend their interview and wait up to 5 working days for them to receive an email from HR indicating whether they have passed or failed. Let's remove this one. If they successfully clear the interview, they get promoted and need to undergo training. Otherwise, they can reapply or apply again after 3 months. Okay, I think this is good. And how many minutes did we spend for this entire sample? We started 8:31. It's 8:42 here in the Philippines. So we spent right about just over 10 minutes. So 11 minutes for the entire thing, including editing. And this is actually your writing sample for your process. Okay, and how many words did we write? This is 177 words, and I'm very certain this is going to get you a very high score in the test, and it's just completed in 11 minutes, not a lot of effort. And it's very simple, it's very straightforward. The words are not too daunting, not too scary. So I think this is something that you can do. So if you want to see more of this, like the process of writing things, how we do it here at 9.09, or how we organize our essays, our reports, our writing tasks for both IELTS and the OET, or even for other exams, then you might want to enroll and be part of the Niner group of students. We have a growing community, right, of students here at 9.09. So we're open for questions. So if you have any questions or comments, you can pop in your questions, send us a message or a comment over Facebook. And let's see, we still have a few minutes, right, to answer Sir Irvin some of the questions that they have here, just in case you have any clarifications about the sample that we have come up with. Oh, sorry, sir. I think you're on mute.
Sound check. Can I be heard now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just muted myself because earlier there was this garbage boy collecting the garbage here in the condominium. So I don't want that to interrupt the flow of your writing task one. So while Sir Brian is going to identify the three lucky winners for tonight, speaking of joining the growing community of Niner, if you are an applicant of Connetics, Connetics is sponsoring your IELTS review or OET review or PTE review at 9.09er. So, what is the first step to get started? All you have to do is to visit this link. It's CUSA, that's for Connetics USA, .link/Niner. And then kindly coordinate with Miss Jennifer because she is the support specialist for the reviewees of IELTS, OET, PTE. Kindly inform her that you'd like to have a free review with 9.09er. And as I've said, it's totally free of charge. It's Connetics that will sponsor your review with us. Don't forget to visit that link. That's cusa.link/Niner. So while we are waiting for the comments from our live attendees, you still have time to tag your friends because like what I've said, usually the most active participants are identified as winners. First things first, my take on Sir Brian's output. Remember that the introduction is very easy to do, knowing that you're not going to write any argument, you're not going to think of an example or share your opinion. All you have to do is to paraphrase the task description. And it's not that long, it's only 1 to 2 sentences. That is why it is best to build your vocabulary. With more words that you know, the easier that you can come up with a writing task using words that are non-repetitive. Remember, you will be penalized, you will be given a lower score for lexical resource if you keep on using exactly the same words in your output. Now let's move on to the overview. By the way, guys, overview is considered the most important part of writing task one. Why? Because it gives the examiner an idea whether you understood the information or not. Why? If your overview is clear and correct, meaning to say you got the point of the entire exercise. But if your overview is wrong, it means to say you totally missed the point of the graph or the chart. That is why overview is the most important part of writing task one. Like what Sir Brian wrote earlier, the overview needs to have 1 to 2 sentences. Now, specific details is actually considered the longest part of the writing task. You will notice that it's usually 2 to 3 paragraphs, depending on how many graphs or chart you are presented with. But if the intro and overview are just 1 to 2 sentences long for each of them, for the specific details, you can actually write more sentences per paragraph. Around 4 sentences will do for 1 paragraph. So if you have an intro of 1 to 2 sentences, overview of 1 to 2 sentences, then specific details of 2 to 3 paragraphs with approximately 4 sentences each, that's more than enough to reach 150 words. What did you notice? Sir Brian did not write a section. Why? There is this tendency for candidates to be redundant if ever they are going to write an overview and a separate conclusion towards the end. So ladies and gentlemen, that's how you put an end to the writing task. Intro, followed by overview, followed by the specific details. No need for a separate conclusion. Notice that Sir Brian was able to do everything in just 11 minutes, starting from brainstorming to outlining to writing and editing. Well, in the actual examination, you're given 1 hour to finish both task one and task two. And Sir Brian earlier said that he is pretty sure that kind of writing task is going to get a very good grade in the examination. How does he know that? Well, that's because Sir Brian has been teaching IELTS since 2009. 13 years of his life he has spent teaching IELTS and more recently OET and PTE. So just to let you know that he took his English examinations thrice. 1 IELTS academic, 1 IELTS general training, and 1 PTE. In all those 3 attempts, he got the perfect grade in reading. So for someone with Sir Brian's comprehension level, he always gets it right, knowing that in all of his examinations, he got the perfect grade in the reading subtest. Now let's talk about his performance in writing because it's writing that we're dealing with for tonight. He got in IELTS 1 9.0 in writing, 1 8.5 in writing, and 1 90/90 in PTE writing. If it's just a fluke or a matter of accident that he got the perfect grade, he would not have done it twice, and he got the second to the highest grade in 1 of the 3 attempts. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Writing is not supposed to be daunting. It's not overwhelming because you're not required to have creative writing skills or you're not required to have the language of Shakespeare. The point of the IELTS is for you to express your thoughts and you are easily understood by the person reading the writing task, or in the case of speaking, your examiner. You are not required to use fancy words just to impress the examiner, because at the end of the day, it's how you express and how you are understood. Those are the two main objectives of communication. So now, maybe we can identify the three lucky winners from Sir Brian. And then later, I'll ask the three lucky winners to message me personally so that they can inform me which of the three prizes they want to have. Is it the unlimited for life online review for IELTS, OET, or PTE? Or would they want the free one-on-one coaching with either me or Sir Brian? Or would they want to have the free book to be delivered to their local address? Okay?
Okay.
Perhaps it's time to announce the three lucky winners. Sir Brian?
Yes, it's time for me to announce all of the winners, but probably we can just look at the sample one final time, just for you to take a snapshot for your reference. Okay. So I just very mildly edited this one. I just changed up a few words and added the missing words. So you can take a picture of this one. This can be your material, your guide, because you don't really get a lot of good samples online. So might as well, right? Take a picture of this one for your own personal use. Okay, so I will announce the winners, and these are actually the people who tagged the most number of friends and who have been very active since the beginning of this session. So the first person who's going to win is Almira Dimaranan Tale. Congratulations. The second one is Elcid de los Reyes. Elcid de los Reyes, congratulations. And Steph Carbonell is the third one. Congratulations to all of the winners, and hopefully you were able to learn a lot from this session.
Congratulations once again to the lucky winners. Now, I'd like to take this golden opportunity to thank Connetics USA Nursing for making 9.09er a part of the Connetics College community. So every fourth Monday of the month, it's the turn of 9.09er. Every first and third Monday of the month, it's the turn of our NCLEX review partner, Aspire RN. So if you are currently preparing or planning to prepare for NCLEX, don't forget to join Connetics College free online classes via Facebook every first and third Monday of the month. Now for IELTS, Connetics has two partners. So it's Swoosh English taking care of listening and speaking discussion every second Monday of the month, whereas 9.09er is the partner for reading and writing. That's why we've been doing writing task 2 the other time. This time it's writing task 1, and we'll see you on the fourth Monday of August for our IELTS reading lecture. So that's for all IELTS examinees, whether academic or general training. We'll see you on the fourth Monday of August. By the way, if you have a specific topic like you want us to discuss on August 25, kindly use the comment section. Specify whether you'd like us to focus on true, false, not given. Would you like us to focus on matching headings or sentence completion or gap fill or matching sentence halves? All you have to do is to use the comment section. And obviously, because 9.09er is very generous, whenever we conduct Facebook live sessions here on Connetics College, we'll also again identify lucky winners on the fourth Monday of August. So don't forget to indicate that on your calendar. So before we end our Facebook live session, we'd like to thank everyone. In fact, earlier, the peak was more than 200 live viewers, but almost an hour of our Facebook live session. Still, we have more than 160 live viewers. And lastly, I'd like to remind you that all you have to do is to visit CUSA, that's ConneticsUSA.link/9er, in order for you to start or to jumpstart your application with Connetics USA Nursing. It's better if you have your resume with you so that the representatives of Connetics are going to communicate with you in order to schedule your application and interview. So once again, this is Sir Irvin Temporal and this is Sir Brian Martin Shawson of 9.09er English. Thank you, Connetics. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good night and God bless.
Thank you, guys. One moment. Just before we end, some people are asking for the illustration, so we're just gonna quickly flash the illustrations. You can take a snapshot. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Take a snapshot of the process, and yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much, guys, and see you again next time.